Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to Quill18 Goes Kind of Insane, trying to break down a teaser image from Twitter. Yesterday, Tynan Sylvester, the creator of Rimworld, posted this image on Twitter with the descriptor, soon. Now that could mean a lot, but I think, and the internet is assuming, and I think it's a safe assumption, that this is a teaser for an expansion for Rimworld. And man, oh man, is there a lot to break down in this picture. But let's go ahead and do that. First of all, look at this guy's face. He's got kind of a weird alien, demon, tiefling, something face going on. Now, if you have read the lore of Rimworld, yes, Rimworld has a big lore primer for the fictional setting. You'll know there are no aliens in the Rimworld universe. No, but there is a large diaspora, there we go, of humans, which have been, they're spread throughout the galaxy, and a lot of them have changed dramatically. And are effectively aliens compared to regular Earth people. So we've got a person here that is clearly different from the vanilla human that we've got in the game. Does this mean we are getting built into Rimworld support for xenohumans, for different species, right? There are some mods out there that add support for alien type creatures, or you've got your Lord of the Rings mods that add, dwarves and elves and things like that, that I think are based on the same sort of framework for different humanoid species. Is something like that finally coming into the game, where we are going to have multiple variants, mutations perhaps, or just different morphology of your humanoid pawns, and that will have different traits? First of all, that's a lot of content to add to the base game. Secondly, that probably will open up more smoother modding for more species and stuff if in Rimworld, if there's some basic support. I suspect it will probably, well, it might not break the current alien species mods that are out there, but it'll use a different mechanic from that. But that's what I'm assuming from this. I'm assuming we are getting different types of species. We've also got lots of spaceships, tons of spaceships. Now this might just be flavor art over here, but that's a lot of spaceships. And obviously we know spaceships exist in Rimworld because we crash landed from some of them in the default start, and of course sometimes we get some space-based traders going on. But why show so many ships in here? Are we getting some more space interaction? Are we getting something like a SOS or an SRTS mod built into the game a little bit more? Or are we just going to get more events that imply things happening in space, not just traders, but more ship battles and debris that lands? These are things that happen in the vanilla events expanded, for example, and something like that. I don't know. I feel like if you're adding a whole racial system, which I gotta assume is coming in because that's such an emphasis, I feel like adding a bunch of space stuff is probably too big. But maybe there'll be more events or something like that, rather than the ability to build your own spaceship, which might still be a mod thing. We've got some sort of cybernetic robot dog creature thing over here that people have likened to things from Death Stranding and various things like that. Are we getting more ability to build our own robots? Are there going to be robot species going around that aren't just hostile mechanoids? Mechanoids are something that in the lore is fairly diverse in the Rimworld fictional galaxy, but in terms of what the players experience, all we do is we encounter hostile mechanoids. Well, here we've got some sort of mechanoid type little pet. So maybe there's going to be a new creature that's just in wildlife. Maybe we can tame them. Maybe there'll be a new robotic skill. I'd be kind of surprised if there was a new skill, an actual skill trait added in. It might just piggyback on crafting and things like that, or it might use a sort of a side-loaded system like the honor system in Royalty. This person here also, you can see there's a little device jacked into a suit that's coming in from here. Are there going to be more bionics, more prosthetics, more types of special power armor, maybe? Something like that. But let's talk about the other and potentially most crazy thing in this picture, which was not necessarily obvious. When you're looking at it small on Twitter originally, like this, you don't necessarily see it. And some people interpret this as a second head, but I think it is pretty clear that what we have right here is a baby on this person's back. There is a baby in this picture. Now, aging is something that exists in Rimworld. People can get older and develop extra diseases like that, but Utes are not something in Rimworld yet. Children do not exist in Rimworld outside of some mods. And it looks to me like that's a baby. And when I tweeted about it, Tynan gave me a little muhaha in response to, is that a baby? Are we getting the ability to like get pregnant and have babies in Rimworld without mods? It's a little terrifying because, you know, Rimworld is not a very good and safe place for, well, it's not a good and safe place for anyone. I don't think it's a good and safe place for children, that's for sure. And yet, we've got something like this going on. So if I had to guess, a lot of this might be flavor. If I probably discount the spaceships, although I'm ready to be surprised. I think it's pretty clear that we're going to get some sort of mutation morphology thing with multi-species. I suspect the robot dog pet thing is going to be something we actually see in the game. This probably is art, at least for like maybe a slightly different armor set. And you can see these little tubes over here. Maybe we're getting some more sort of built-in power armor, or just some extra suit of armor built in the game. You know, something to go with recon and marine armor. I'm not sure, you know, it might be a major gameplay feature, or it might just be, here's a better suit of armor, but it's not really a big gameplay change. The baby is definitely there, though. So, if nothing else, again, number one thing I'm expecting out of this is something to do with more racial variety. They might not actually count as different races. It might just be more traits, right? Like you get the greedy or the iron will trait or things like that. Well, there might just be a trait that your pawn gets that gives them certain alien features. They'll look different, and, you know, they get 50% resistance to heat or something like that. It could be as small as that, or it might be major. I mean, the baby's there. Anyway, for those of you who didn't see the announcement, didn't get the hype, here we have it. We have no idea what this means, and we have no idea when this means. But I think we're all pretty excited for it. Folks, thanks for watching. As we get more information, I'm sure I'll be talking about it. I'll see you next time, folks. Bye-bye.